Hello and welcome to Tech Talks, the People and Planet podcast. Today I am joined by co-founder of wellness startup OK Capsule, Noah Austin. Hi Noah, how are you?
I'm doing well. Great to be here, Lee.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure it's going to be a great show. Noah, so OK Capsule is a white label B2B platform. And I think you guys, you deliver personalized supplement packages, don't you?
We do.
Could you give us a bit of a high-level overview of what you guys do, perhaps what you are solving with the company mission?
hmm Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people are seeing kind of daily vitamin packs on the market today. We're sort of the back end that picks and shovels the highways, the infrastructure behind a lot of that stuff that you're seeing on market today. And the goal really was to simplify complex supplementation so it's actually achievable for people. Our mission is kind of, we feel that we want to take care of humans, but you can't take care of humans and not take care of the planet as well. And so we've designed a completely compostable system that's nearly 100% compostable. We're getting there. So we want to take care of both the planet that people live on and the people that live on the planet at the same time. And we want to do that by making nutrition and nutritional supplements easy and convenient for people, whatever they need, whether it's one daily pack or something very complex where you need things three times a day, and a doctor may be prescribing it. It's very, very hard for people to stick to that, and that's kind of our mission to make that.
Yeah, sure. So, do you guys work with the actual doctors then that would prescribe these?
We work with a variety of different companies. Some of the companies are doctors' offices or people who supply doctors' offices. Others are wellness startups that have kind of their own medical team. But we work with a variety of different companies at this point.
Got you. So how does the tech work behind it then?
So we've developed an API and a software platform to connect e-commerce instances like Shopify directly to our robotic machinery in our factory. We fully automated the process. So, somebody places an order, it flows all the way through our automated compliance engine. We have a patent pending engine that checks for things like the amount of iron that's in a particular pack, that creates the fact panels in an FDA compliant way, and does that on an order by order basis. And so really the platform is designed to take an industry that has been built on designing a single product that everybody takes to designing one product that one person takes. And so there's a lot of technology that goes into ensuring compliance and accuracy with that.
So how do you go about the compliance and accuracy piece then?
Well, we've automated most of it. And that's kind of how we've done it. In that, if you think about somebody, you may take a certain set of vitamins, I will take a different set of vitamins, which means that the fact panels and all the nutritional information that we're required to provide is different for you, different for me. And that's part of one of the core recognitions of the company, is that every person is different and we all respond differently to different supplements and need different molecules to be healthy.
Interesting. So it's like personal healthcare mass produced almost.
Yes, it's a manufacturing as a service platform that allows us to customize at a massive scale. The entire operation delays differentiation until the very, very last moment. And so nothing is printed on the actual pouch until literally a few seconds before the pills drop into it. Similarly, our fact panels and the pamphlets and all the things that go with an order are printed on demand through all of our automation in our factory.
Brilliant. Okay. So what about your own background then? We were speaking before. You've just come back from Alaska. What's your story? What does your role involve at OK Capsule as well?
Yes. Well, unfortunately, my role at OK Capsule doesn't take me to Alaska as often as I would like. But that said, yes, I did just get back from there for a wonderful trip up there. My background was in visual effects, robotics, motion control, animatronics early on. The first film I worked on was Beetlejuice. So a lot of people remember that film. That was all puppets, all hand-built things. I had the fortunate opportunity to work on a lot of that, but also learn from the engineers there about robotics, about motion control. And as digital effects went, as practical effects went digital, so did I. And so I started working in software development and digital compositing and animation, and just became more and more fascinated with the large-scale software platforms to accomplish meaningful tasks in society. So that translated into kind of consulting careers and whatnot until we started OK Capsule in 2019. We picked a brilliant year to start a company.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that goes on to the next question actually. So you guys are around 4 years old now.
Yeah.
And as you just mentioned, just before the pandemic, like most startups, it's not easy. It's never plain sailing. Share some challenges and how you've overcome them with us.
Yeah, it's been an interesting adventure. I think for us and for a lot of startups over the last few years. You know, we went through a series of things with everybody else that we thought would never happen. And if you had asked which one of the following things would happen in terms of a pandemic, supply chain shutdown, we actually had stuff, components stuck on a ship in the Suez Canal that were being shipped to our factory during its construction. Wow. There's obviously a war on, there was a run on our bank, there's inflation. It was just, you know, all the calamities that we thought would never happen, kind of all of them happened. It forced us to adapt from almost day one and adapt how we approach things. We developed a remote team. We've developed employees that are very independent in what they do because there's a physical component to what we do, obviously. And there was a long period where only the people directly responsible for the packaging could actually enter the facility at all. And so we did a lot of remote things with handheld cameras and Zoom and which wires to connect. And so we've developed a lot of remote support, and a lot of the automation that we developed actually came out of our need to develop that automation, because we had to minimize the number of humans that were involved in the packaging and involved in any operation for the company. So yes, it's been an adventure to say the least.
Absolutely. So lastly then, Noah, what's next? Where does OK Capsule go from here? Anything exciting that you can share with us?
Yeah, we spent the last few years building something that we didn't really know what to build. We were building an industry that didn't exist. We're trying to shift an industry that really hasn't shifted in a very long time into from kind of bottles into the personalized packs. And so we are just about to launch our next generation software platform that'll give us a lot more speed, a lot more capability, a lot more flexibility. And that's we're excited to kind of integrate that into a lot more larger software platforms. So the software side of our business is evolving. We are also, as our order volume has picked up, we're looking at some of the automations on the front end to be able to automate the actual packaging and labeling of some of the things that are manual right now. So we're looking at additional automations, more advanced software platforms, and then we're investigating what other kinds of formats we can provide to consumers aside from tablets and capsules and soft gels. And so we're actually investigating different kinds of formats in chewables or effervescents or other ways to be able to deliver supplements for people that might be suffering from pill fatigue.
Absolutely. And I think the key thing for you guys is that the method of getting those to the customer is that streamlined and automated, and that the application or actually what you send to them could be, you know, so much more than what it's doing already.
It is. I mean, there are a lot of requirements to expand geographically. There have been asks, you know, can we expand into the pet market as well for pets that are taking complex supplements as well. And so it's any industry where we can kind of reduce the complexity of what would otherwise be a virtually untenable supplement protocol into something as simple as opening a pack and pouring it into something or taking it yourself.
And what about any overseas expansion, perhaps?
We're considering that. We do have interest for people in various other countries, so we are exploring some of the requirements for that. one of the things that we have realized is that while our platform is designed from the ground up to personalize for human beings, it also has the capability to personalize for regulatory structures to a large degree. And so we can alter the languages, the formats of all of the documentation and labeling that goes along with things based on countries that they're sent to. And so the software platform and the engines that we have running will adapt very nicely to a geographically dispersed market, just as we are appealing to kind of so many individual humans. And so we're definitely expanding, looking at that expansion.
And what about the next version of the software platform? Is that under development now, or is that for next year?
That's actually in testing now. We're expecting to be beginning deployment of that over the next few weeks, and so we're in the final stages of testing and data migration and whatnot. All the things that have to happen in software to make things.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly exciting times.
Yes, very very exciting time. The excitement has never dulled. It's been a kind of a race from the beginning, and it continues to be. I think that's the life of startups.
Do you think that starting when you did in and around the pandemic and all of the different macro things that have happened around the world, if all of those didn't happen, do you think that the business, because those things have happened and you've had to, adapt and just be super, super agile?
I think in a lot of ways, it's forced us and a lot of other companies to be incredibly flexible, to adapt what we think couldn't be adapted. And so it expanded our sense of possibility of what we can do as a business. It also put a lot of constraints on things like the funding environment has been very unstable for a lot of startups. We don't necessarily get all the capital that we need in order to do the research and the things that we really want to do. I think that's a lot of companies are feeling that now. So I think it's presented certain challenges for sure, but it's also required a degree of flexibility and resilience in the company and in the team that we've developed. It's keeping a team together during those difficult times really kind of kept a team together. It really helped people bond, helped build a very team-oriented mentality, and we're really proud of the culture that we have at the company now.
Interesting. Certainly seems like there's a lot going on, and it's exciting times for you guys at OK Capsule. No, that's all we've got time for. Thanks so much for joining us.
Excellent. Great to be with you.
Thanks so much. And guys, this has been Tech Talks, the People and Planet podcast. If you've enjoyed Noah's content today, give us a like, a follow, a share, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.